Are we rolling? Yes, we are. What's up, guys? It's McKinley Crain here, and today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free movie review of a movie that I saw almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years since I've seen this movie in I think like a week. So anyway, that movie is Venom, the 2018 movie. This movie stars Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, and boy does he do a great job. He does a fantastic, fun job playing Eddie Brock. In this movie, Eddie Brock is like a journalist, news reporter dude, and he gets fired. And he's not living his best life. He's living in the dumps. Well, metaphorically living in the dumps. He's not homeless, not literally living in the dumps. Metaphorically, living in the dumps. He doesn't. His life has really gone downhill. And by the way, before I get into any more of this, I would just like to say that this is not technically a Spider-Man movie, even though Venom is usually with Spider-Man and in Spider-Man properties. This is completely separate from Spider-Man. So far, this Venom has nothing to do with Spider-Man. Anyway, this movie is in this movie, Eddie Brock ends up bonding with basically a parasitic symbiote, an alien symbiote that's a parasite that came down on a shuttle from a different planet. And it talks to him and stuff. And so basically a huge part of this movie is them bonding and stuff. And so basically in the movie when they bond together to form the anti-hero Venom. And in the movie, the villain is Riot, who's another symbiote who is bonded to somebody, but it's an evil symbiote, Yeah, it's Riot. Also known as Dr. Carlton Drake, because Dr. Carlton Drake is the bad guy who does unethical experiments on humans, and wants power and stuff, and is basically the villain of the movie. Yeah, so it's Dr. Carlton Drake, and he's a fantastic villain, by the way. Anyway, this movie was really fun. I know that a lot of the critics didn't like it, but I loved it. The audience loved it, though. The audience loved it, and I agree more with the audience on this one. I loved it. It was just a fun movie. Is it the best Marvel movie ever? Is it the best, Sony Marvel movie ever? No. Was it the best Marvel movie of 2018? No. Was it the best superhero movie of 2018? No. But it was still a perfect movie that was really fun, and had no problems and had awesome pacing, and like, it was just really, really, really fun. And I enjoyed it. Like, I loved it. It's not a horror movie, by the way. It is actually an action movie. Although, like, just seeing the cover or whatever, you might think, oh, it's a horror movie. No, it's like it's like it has like this movie is like a sub genre. It's a horror comedy action, or you could just say it's a dark comedy action, or just a comedy action. But it's great. And I can't wait for the sequel that's coming out this June or next June, like whatever it is, like June of 2021. It's supposed to come out this month of this year, but then, COVID and stuff, like COVID caused delays and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to give this movie a 100% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, unless you're not into this kind of thing. Anyway, like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.